Now, there's been like a debate on other like sports talk shows about who is more dangerous in one game, Steph or LeBron, and like I, I gotta I gotta give it to Steph Curry because he is just he's the best shooter of all time. He can go off for 50 on any given night, dude. And like teams triple team the fuck out of him and he just like he absolutely like any game plan you have to guard Steph Curry, you're better off going into a game without a game plan to guard Steph Curry. You're just as good going into a game without a game plan to guard Steph Curry because whatever game plan you do come up with, he's going to absolutely make you tear it up and light it on fire. It doesn't really even matter. It really doesn't even matter what you do. He is going to score 40, 50 points against the Lakers tonight. But like, but does that mean that I think the Warriors will win? No, because they don't have. If the Lakers starting lineup is Schroeder, we'll say KCP or Kuzma, it doesn't really matter. And then you have LeBron, Anthony. If they start both Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond, and AD and Drummond both play like 30 minutes tonight, like the Lakers are going to have like 60 points in the paint because just the Warriors don't have, especially now that James Wiseman is like out for the season, they don't have anybody on their team that can even like contest the front court of the Lakers. Like they don't have anybody. And even if they had Clay, they would probably have like a 40% better chance to win this game, but they just don't. Clay, if they had Clay, they could put Curry on whatever point guard they have. They could put Clay on LeBron because Clay is a exceptional defender. He is one of the best on-ball perimeter defenders in the league when he's healthy. That is just a fact. Klay Thompson is one of the best two-way players in the league because he can put up. Everybody knows how well Klay Thompson can shoot, but his defense is criminally underrated, and he's one of the main reasons that the Warriors have as much success as they do. And then you could have Draymond and James Wiseman double team Anthony Davis, but they don't have Clay. They don't have Clay, and that's like the biggest reason that the Warriors are in this play-in tournament. Because if they had Clay, the Blazers or the Nuggets would probably be in this play-in tournament right now, and like it just kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks because I miss Klay Thompson more than I miss Klay Thompson just so goddamn much because he's just so fun to watch him. It's just so much fun to watch him play basketball. He is one of the most entertaining players in the history of the league because he's just so versatile and he could just do absolutely anything any given night. It's impeccable how great Klay Thompson is. But like the Lakers are gonna overwhelm the Warriors tonight. Like LeBron, they don't have anybody who can guard LeBron. Like you're gonna put Draymond Green? You're gonna put Draymond Green on LeBron James? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if the Warriors do decide to do that, there's absolutely no way that ends well. They put Iggy on LeBron. But Iggy's better than LeBron. I mean, Iggy's better than Draymond. Not better than LeBron. Iguodala is better than Draymond. Like, in terms of defense, I get that Draymond is this self-proclaimed best defensive player in the history of the league, which, by the way, is absolute poppycock. There's absolutely no fucking reason as to why Draymond Green is the best defensive player in the history of the league. He's not even best defensive players in the league. Tony Allen, Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dennis Rodman, fucking LeBron James, Klay Thompson's better than him. fucking Marcus Smart's better than him at defense right now in the league. Anthony Davis, fucking Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Jimmy Butler. Like, there's just so many players even in the league right now who are better than defense at Draymond. Like, there's just, I don't know what, I don't know who let Draymond think that he's this all-time defensive force, but he's just not. He's just not. And LeBron James, like, it just is going to absolutely terrorize this Warriors team. Even though, for one game, Steph is probably the more dangerous threat, LeBron James is going to terrorize this Warriors team because he knows that they don't have Klay or James Wiseman. So he is going to LeBron's probably going to put up 30, and 20 of them will probably be in the paint / close mid-range. Like, he'll have like 30, he'll have like 30-10, he'll have like 30-10 and 8. And Anthony Davis is going to have like 30, Drummond's going to have like 20 because they don't have anybody who can stop their front court. And like, it just kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks to see that. Because I think that this is the season that Steph Curry was supposed to get. The headline was supposed to read, Steph is not that good of a player, and he is nothing without Klay Thompson. That is just absolutely not true. Won the scoring title. Top 3 MVP candidate. I mean, I think he's the MVP. I know Anthony thinks he's the MVP, but like, no matter who you think the MVP is, regardless, Steph Curry is a top 3 candidate, regardless of who you think the MVP is. And it's just like, I mean, I said it way before the season even started, like before this show was even like a thought. I was like, look, like Steph Curry's about to go off. Like he's about to average like 40 points a game. Like he's just that type of player, and he's put the Warriors on his back for the entirety of this season. When they don't, here's a stupid fucking crazy fact. When Steph Curry is on the court for the Warriors, they are the best offensive team in the NBA. They're the highest graded offense in the NBA. When Steph Curry is off the court, or when he's not even playing, they are one of the worst. They are one of the worst offenses in NBA history over the last 10 years. Like, they're one of like the worst NBA offenses when Steph Curry is off the court / not playing. Like, he impacts the game that heavily because he's just that type of great all-time player. Which actually is a great segue into the final segment of this, because so on yesterday's show, I had my brother Ethan Platsky guest host the episode. He gave his top 25 all-time NBA players, and it caused a shit ton of controversy because it's really okay, and it's not like it's that. The top 10 isn't that bad, but 11 through 25 is absolutely fucking horrendous. So for the final part of the show, I'm going to give my top 25 all time, because I'd like to fix some of the mistakes that I let Ethan make on the show yesterday. So, number 1, Michael Jordan, 6 for 6 in the finals. Never went to a Game 7. Multiple scoring titles. Multiple MVPs. Defensive Player of the Years. Rookie of the Year. Michael Jordan. And I just watched The Last Dance, so he's if you're the GOAT when you can put out a documentary about yourself and then LeBron James is the second best player of all time because once The Last Dance came out, LeBron was then like, oh, well, I'm coming out with a documentary too. It's probably going to be called like King Cleveland or something like that. Blah, blah, blah. No. If you have to put out a documentary about yourself in response to the documentary about the guy who you're in the conversation with for the best player in the history of the sport, you're the second best player of all time. So yeah, LeBron James at 2. Kobe Bryant at 3. I don't really think there's any... I can hear any sort of argument for Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe in any order at 1, 2, and 3, but like, they are 1, 2, and 3. Like, they are their own separate 1, 2, and 3 island of... and again, like, you can put them in any order, and I can understand where you're coming from, but like, they're 1, 2, and 3, so I have Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. Magic, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kareem at 4. All-time scoring leader, multiple rings with the Lakers. Magic Johnson at 5. Again, multiple. He's just the best point guard of all time. Bill Russell, Magic at 5. Wilt Chamberlain at 6. Bill Russell at 7. Shaquille O'Neal at 8. Steph Curry at 9, and recent Hall of Fame inductee Tim Duncan at 10. Congratulations, Tim Duncan. Like, what the greatest power forward of all time, and like he's called the big fundamental for a reason. Like, nothing about his game was really that flashy, but he just like absolutely tore everyone to pieces because he was just that good. So this 11 through 25 took me a second to make because I really haven't like thought about it all the way through, but I really think that this is a pretty good list. So Tim Duncan at 10, Larry Bird at 11, Hakeem Olajuwon at 12, Karl Malone at 13, because I think Ethan put him at 13. Ethan put him at 13, and I thought that was pretty funny for the reason that he put him at 13. So I think that was pretty good. Dr. J, Julius Erving at 14, Allen Iverson at 15, the greatest player to never win a ring, and he is the most culturally impactful player ever. Above second most culturally impactful player ever, second to Michael Jordan, and then he's like a step above Kobe Bryant, I personally think, because I think AI just kind of had like a different sort of attitude about the game than Kobe did. And not that Kobe Bryant's attitude about the game was like bad, because like mob mentality and all that shit, but like AI kind of like, he kind of, and again, I mean, Kobe's the better player, obviously, but like AI kind of like off the court, AI was kind of like the more culturally impactful player than Kobe Bryant. And not that Kobe like didn't like impact culture at all, because like you can see so many murals and stuff like around him, but like that's kind of because like, I mean, like, rest in peace Kobe Bryant, because it's after his death, you know what I mean? Like, all those murals weren't painted until after he died, you know? Not that AI has like murals. I mean, he might have a couple somewhere, but like in terms of like when he was playing, it's AI. John Stockton at 16, all-time assist leader. Nobody is ever, the only person who got close was Jason Kidd, and he's like still 3,000 assists short of John Stockton. Like, nobody is ever, I don't really think anybody's ever going to pass that. And I get that, like, nobody said anybody was ever going to pass Kareem, and LeBron's probably going to pass Kareem. Nobody said anybody was ever going to pass Oscar Robertson for triple doubles, and Westbrook just did that. But 15,000 assists is different, because like, if you have the ability to score the ball, you're going to be able to score the ball. If you're going to be able to if you have the ability to like score and rebound and get like 10 assists a game, like, you're going to be able to do that. But being able to like constantly find, like, hold on. John Stockton,